Hey there, my Dark Side crew. Welcome back. If you're new here, we're glad that you found us and welcome. Here on the Dark Side, we dive deep into the abyss in each episode, and it's my hope that here you're going to find some answers to many questions relating to that shadow side of our lives. What it is, and how can we learn to incorporate it in our lives on a level that we can not only understand it, acknowledge it, and even use these experiences in a constructive way to enhance our lives going forward. For our like-minded, I invite you to find your new home at tdsothc.com or wherever you get your podcast fix on, as we are everywhere. And as always, for more info on sponsorship and possibly to be a guest on future episodes, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our site and drop us a love note. Let's explore together and find some of those elusive answers to some of our many dark human conditions and concerns. So today I'm bringing you one of those changes that we touched on before my brief departure, a new segment that we'd like to call the Dark Side Mic Drop, where you're invited to be our special guest as well and bring your dark concerns to light. So if you have a topic that you'd like to share with the family, reach out. Our special guest today asked to be introduced as DW, and we're discussing our very personal thoughts about life, personal connections, and world events happening now. But unfortunately, I did not see that the interview was not recording for the first few moments, so we're jumping in where we have already been speaking for a few moments. So with that said, let's dive in and enjoy. Do you feel that since the scandemic, the 2020 pandemic, do you feel like people have changed? Like they've become even more emotionally distant than before? I feel like people were isolated so long.
I think it set the stage for sure.
Yeah.
And then it's so much. It is a lot of consumption with technology, a lot of consumption. Everybody is consumed with it, and we all, we like the technology.
It was training us.
Yes, it is. It's definitely training. It is. It's training us, and the newer, they keep introducing newer features in our phones.
Keep you hooked.
And yeah, introducing whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like I got Siri announcing my notifications.
Oh, see, I don't do all that Siri stuff.
Well, sometimes when I'm at like the office and I'm not near the phone, I can hear Siri talking in the distance, announcing somebody from a blah 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 number text you this, or he just announced a text message. It's not a big deal, but that's just something, like AI, helping you out,
right?
Instead of you going to the phone. Like that's one step, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Instead of me saying, "Oh, let me go check my text message," I'm down the hall, a little ways down the hall, and I can hear Siri announcing my text message instead of me, "Let me go check on my notifications."
It's like that movie. What was that movie? Where they're all in their little floaty chairs and they're now huge humans, and what was it called? It was
I don't really watch a lot of TV.
No, it was a movie. It was animated, in an animated Pixar or something. In the future.
Was it called Zero?
No, it's an animation, and it's where the humans now basically don't have to do everything. Everything's done for you. You just float around in your chair and do whatever.
Really? Sound like the Jetsons.
God, I can't think of the name. It'll come to me. But that's what I'm thinking. It's like humans have become so dependent on technology, and it's really making us lazy. Like, how many phones, ask yourself, how many phone numbers do you actually know out of your head? Like, remember when we were younger and you had, you'd carry maybe a little tiny phone book in your purse when you were a kid, all your friends, and everyone had a phone in their house and you had to know their phone number. Now,
Right.
I don't know anybody's phone number except maybe my son, you know. Other than that, oh, and my best friend, I know her number. But other than that, if you lose your phone, you don't know anybody's
Can't
phone
call
number.
nobody.
Think
Right.
about it. You don't know their number anymore. So we have become just so dependent on the cell phone, basically, the computer in your pocket kind of thing. And I remember when I was a kid and someone saying, oh, in 20 years, there's going to be a computer in everyone's house and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, for what? For what reason? What is that?
You see, for the computers to take over, but that's going to be a horrible end too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, AI killed 4 guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I never even heard of that before.
I'm waiting for them to bring out the Android sex doll.
Oh my God. They making that for real?
Oh yeah, is it the Japanese or the Chinese? They're already making the dolls, you know, and they talk and they'll do whatever, and
You see how
you
you
just
see
put
how
her in the
many wars.
closet when you're done.
But do you see how many wars that we face in our life though? Like
Mm-hmm.
war with us is it's on every aspect of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's 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 all kind of wars. It's
You
endless.
you were
It's
saying
endless.
that before. It's economics. It
I mean,
is
look, we fight.
psychological.
We are having a war with men treating women like women to the point where they have to start fucking fake women. Come on now.
Yes.
Because you don't want to treat us right, so you want to fuck a fake woman.
Well, they don't want the powers that be don't want any more procreation. That's what I think it's come down to.
Well, you know what? I don't want to make any kids on this fucked up prison planet anyway anymore. I got one and he's suffering, and all the rest of the kids that's being born and that is here
Mm-hmm.
suffering.
Mm-hmm.
They suffering.
Mm-hmm.
They suffering.
They'll never have the childhood that we had. You know,
I don't even think I had a good childhood for real. I mean, I was talked about because I'm dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
I've been bashed just for being dark skinned and skinny and
Mm-hmm.
my hair being short.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people call me dark, not Darth, but Dark Vader, like Darth
Oh
Vader
my God.
and Tar Baby, and you know, like you so black you look like night or whatever, just stupid dumb
Wow.
shit. And now it's just like I'm unattractive. Like nowadays, like
Oh,
I'm
you
dark skinned,
you think
so I'm not very attractive
you think
because I'm dark skinned.
so you think society has gone to the opposite direction? The light-skinned black women are it, is what you're saying.
Well, you know what? I watch YouTube. I don't really like watching YouTube about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear black guys talk amongst themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are dark skinned as well as me, myself, and to
Mm-hmm.
hear them say, oh, yeah, you know, I don't want my kids to be dark skinned, so I'm definitely going to hook up with a girl that's lighter, you know, with a yellow bone. They talking about yellow bone or
Wow.
red bone. Like, what?
Wow.
I do not want to know. Like, I think I heard that Lil Wayne said that. He said it in one of his rap songs, talking about, yeah, I hooked up with a dark-skinned chick, and that's the last dark-skinned kid I'm going to have, or something like that. I'm like, why would anybody say something like that?
Well, it's conditioning. It's
It is.
social engineering.
It's terrible. It's terrible. You see, that's the war.
Mm-hmm.
The war in us. It's war
Mm-hmm.
in us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know that it's war in us.
Right. People just walk around.
But what is war? What is war? What's another word for war? Hell.
War is hell. Who said that?
It's hell in us.
War is hell. But and here's the thing. I did a podcast a few months ago with two other women and they're black women, and they're just two of the most precious people that I have ever met in my life. And one is older and one is younger. So two different generations right there. And
Right.
I wanted their perspective on what life was like for women of two different generations coming together and,
Mm, that's interesting.
yeah, get an idea of what the younger woman's thinking and the older woman. And she's been through some life experiences that the
The
younger
younger
woman,
one hasn't really
she's
gone
yet to
through, or
go
probably never
through.
will.
She's yet to go through some of those, but she, in her own way, has been through a lot of life already in her, I want to say she's maybe late 20s, if that. And she already has several children, and there's no man in the picture. And it made me think about.
I can rub it on.
You grew up what?
I was talking to my mama.
Well, it made me think about um, the 60s, like when our mothers were having families. And I guess it was really different in the white community versus the black community, because I find that in the black community, that was when they started separating the fathers from the
From yeah,
home
well, they were putting women
in the
on.
workforce.
Well, not only that, but they were actually giving women free like benefits too,
Correct.
government
But you
assistance.
couldn't do it if the man was in the home.
Exactly. So they wouldn't if the man was in the house, which was a slick thing because like
Mm-hmm.
after they get the benefits, of course the man is gonna move back in the household. Because I mean, are you really gonna raid if a man is living with me because you're giving me benefits?
Well, see,
But
they're
I mean,
trying to do
that's
that
a
now.
crazy plan. That's a crazy plan. Well, from that point, it just took off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
now a lot of, I don't know. I guess I can say majority of the black, the African American race, the children are fatherless. Like
Mm-hmm.
majority of us are
Mm-hmm.
fatherless.
Mm-hmm.
But in my case, I was just say from my son father was ignorant. He's ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I said, so we gonna take care of the baby together. And he was like, he said, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. I'm like, whatever, dude. You
Wow.
gonna have your foot in this too.
Wow.
And at some point in our child's life, he had to be part of our son's life as well at some point. It wasn't at the time that I was in the child's life that I was by myself majority
Mm-hmm.
of the time, taking care of this child by myself majority of the time. And then like when the baby got older, he started doing rebellious stuff.
Of
And
course.
that's when he needed a man around
Mm-hmm.
or somebody to mentor him. But his father is so ignorant, but I never like took the title of him being the father because I took care of the kid by myself majority when he
Mm-hmm.
was younger. I
Mm-hmm.
never took that father title away from him. I just said, now your son needs you. You know what I'm saying? He got us evicted 2 times because he don't listen to me. Maybe he'll listen to you. And like his father, he got a generous heart, and he let the kids stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
And now our son is 22 and he's struggling. But guess what? He lived with his father. But his father, I don't know, he's just ignorant. And I don't mean to say he ignorant because I don't have a tolerance for it. That's just him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he grew up. That's his background. I made a mistake. That was a mistake on my part. Maybe I'm ignorant in finding love. But that's just the person he is. But he still let his son stay with him.
Well, this is what I was getting to, is that back in the day, they needed to separate the families. And then it was how can I put this delicately? It was the free for all. It's everybody has sex, everybody's doing drugs, everybody's doing, whatever they want, living debaucherous lifestyles because we're free and we can do whatever we want. So morals basically went out the window.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And today's society is the culmination of all of that free love, free sex, the hippie lifestyle. Anybody do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter as long as you're happy. And
well, yeah, I mean, like,
it's disgusting.
Women think, like, women, I have a friend, she's like a family friend, and she hooked up with this guy, her friend's cousin, she hooked them up, and I guess she was attracted to him, but then she gave up the sex early before she found out that he didn't want to be in a serious relationship. And I'm like, oh, so now she just like, so since she found out that he don't want to have anything serious, what she do and says that it liberates her. She says,
well, that's like, the big lie. That's the big lie.
Listen. So like she said, when she feel an urge to release, she'll do him, but she won't like, cuddle up with him or, do the after sex thing. She won't give him that type of emotional attention. She's emotionally unavailable to him. So she do her thing with him and then she leave him.
But I bet you if she really...
And I'm like, me personally, I wouldn't do that. That doesn't feel liberating to me.
Right. If you really ask her on a heart-to-heart soul level, tell me one person in this world that doesn't want the ultimate goal of love and being loved. I mean, who doesn't? I don't know. Unless you're a psychopath, serial killer, crazy person. Yeah, okay. Maybe that annoys them. But even that person, I even believe that even the psychopaths out there, maybe they didn't get it as a child from their parent or whoever was raising them. So they grew up cold, and they at some point made a conscious decision to say, fuck the world. I'm just going to be a bastard, and I'm going to hurt everybody I possibly can on this journey until my very last day. And that is how I believe psychopaths are born. I think it starts in their childhood. I mean, think of these little kids that you see that do things to animals, really brutal, cruel things to animals. That's where it starts. Then at some point when they get a little older, animals are not enough anymore. Now I need to go mutilate a human body.
Yeah.
Sick.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes. Demented and sick and twisted.
What's his name? Wayne Gacy?
Yes, exactly. Well, I think somewhere in their childhood, somebody abused them, somebody hurt them, and I think there's a real fine line, and I've said this for a long time, there's a really fine line between sanity and insanity.
We live in a dark world. The Bible tells us that the world is like a dark forest. It's darkness. We walk in darkness. Even though literally there's daylight, but there's still things that are dark, morbid and evil and hatred things going on during the light of day. And
of course.
So we walk this journey that we're walking. It's a dark path. It's dark all the way. And the only light we're going to find is, if anybody believes, in the spiritual or in Jesus or God or Jehovah, Buddha, whatever, Allah. That's the only light you gonna find. Yeah, that's the only light you gonna find in this dark journey. It's a dark journey. It's sad, and I come to realize that, it's something that's dark. You can't control what happened. These invisible principles that you just can't see. All of a sudden something bad and fucked up happened. Like how? What? You thought you was having a good day, but a dark entity came and said, let me You call her up and tell her some bullshit, or or your son or your daughter or whoever, somebody call you up talking some crazy shit, and it gets right up under your skin. It hurts your feelings. Your heart is hurt, and you fucked up. But then if you're not aware of the darkness that we're living in, then it's gonna hurt you. You're not gonna understand why. But I understand now. You know,
recently I have turned off basically a lot of social media. For a while, I was really glued to it and sucked into the vortex, right? And everything was looking just so freaking dark. And I know it's dark, but then I had said to myself recently, because I'm on a spiritual journey right now, and I'm ascending, is what I think. I mean, maybe I am, maybe I'm kidding myself, who knows? But all I know is I feel better recently because I've gotten more into my journey, myself, of growing, of learning, and accepting the things that I cannot change, basically, right? That's what they say in those groups.
Which is your skin color, because you're not about to go to a tanning booth and say, I'm going to make myself dark skinned. But there is a woman out here in this world that has turned herself from light to dark, like literally. You probably familiar with what's her name, Martina Big.
Doesn't sound familiar.
She from Germany, and she ugly as fuck. She turned herself from light to dark, and she got big balloon titties, like full balloon titties, like a blowed up balloon.
Oh, Jesus.
Her titties is like balloons on her chest, and she thinks she look good, like with some fuchsia pink lipstick, and her skin look like melted ice cream.
Oh my God.
Chocolate ice cream. Like, bitch, you is fucked up. You ugly as fuck.
How did she get that dark?
Hair.
How did she get so dark?
Surgical. They was giving her, she was taking melatonin shots. Melanin shots.
Okay.
And she turned herself dark. She a hot mess. She look a hot mess. She look like an abomination.
See, here's the problem. Here is the problem.
Look her up. Martina Big. I think it's Bigg.
I will. Just to take a look at the mess.
She not ugly. She ugly. Ugly.
Wow. So what do you think is the reason why we're not happy with who we are?
Because we don't know who we are. We trying to find out.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
And then the other trouble is, every time we watching TV is another weapon too. That's a weapon against us too.
Programming.
Why do you think they call it television? Television. Television.
And it's programming.
It's telling you a vision. You looking at a box.
You're being programmed,
images.
Lady.
Yeah, that's why I stopped watching it. I don't even really watch TV because of that reason.
My TV hasn't been on for about 3 months.
And it's the reason why I look like the way I look. Because I'm not trying to look like a girl with some heavy, dark eyebrows and fake nails and big lips and eyebrow piercings and all that crazy shit.
Do some pink hair.
I don't look like that. And some rainbow color hair. Or some blonde hair.
Yeah, my
black hair, blue and gray, whatever. I just want to be me.
Right.
And I think a lot of people have a problem, and they can't be themselves because they too stuck on, they programmed. Right. They get brainwashed, they conditioned. So what they see on TV, they try to be it. They try to be what they see on TV.
Well, it is programming from the word program. Right now, I feel like too many people, like you said, they don't know who they are. So they're grasping at straws and they're like, well, that didn't work out. Let me try this. This seems to be a trend. Let me try that. So
and social media is doing the same as well. I stay off of that,
Wasn't that a CIA thing? Didn't they pay for Facebook, I heard, at one point?
I don't know.
To collect all of our data, because we would willingly post our pictures and talk about what we're doing and our education.
Yeah, and what
like
happened.
All of our data is there, so we willingly gave it up.
And you know what? And social media is another way for the civil public to be almost celebritized as well.
Instagram.
a lot of people get their fame through that as well. But like this young lady that created this show called Insecure, she was really provocative, but at the same time positive because she was dark skinned for one.
Mm-hmm.
She cut all her hair off, and it's just like an awkward black woman. She was awkward.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. The show is on YouTube. I don't think they gonna HBO that one, but she did the Insecure, but you can watch that web show on YouTube.
Well, I was saying that basically we have been at war with ourselves since the beginning of time.
Well, we got hell in us, Hell is in us. And, I studied with a Jehovah's Witness for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they just, I don't know. I still talk to her. This year was the 2 years that I, got promoted or whatever. Well, graduated from that. But I mean, it's more of the Bible that I could still get to know, of course, and actually apply it to my life. But I don't want to be the person that's not perfect and then walking around and telling people, oh, well, you should do this and you should do that, and Jesus Christ this and Jesus that, and God is blah this and that. I don't want to shove that down people's throat. I just want to try to live the life and be the example if I can, to the best of my ability. Like I said, when people make you upset or think that they're making you upset, I say, I'm not mad at you because I understand your condition. This is a human condition. It's an era. It's like we got a virus in our DNA.
The dark side of the human condition.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
It's the man part of us. But spiritually, if we exercise and fed ourselves spiritually, which is probably reading the Bible and asking for better understanding, we may get to know who we are as spiritual beings more so than the flesh that we are.
Well, I don't really feel like you have to necessarily claim one religion or the Bible or anything like that, because I don't think it's outside of ourselves. I think it is within ourselves.
It's definitely within.
And the problem is people don't take the time to go within. And even when they do, they shut out the rest of the world. And that is not the answer either. You don't want to shut out the world and isolate, because now you're in there with some really dark, scary demons, and you've shut out the world. So now no one can help you. No one can reach you because you have just blocked everyone out and you're in there alone. And who knows what the demons can do when you're in there alone. And I'm not even sure.
You think they have made contact with a demon if they kind of like find their own enlightenment?
Well, there's this, you should go back and listen to my episode I did recently on Dark Night of the Soul. I think that there are triggers in our lives, and I've had a couple of dark nights. I think I just recently went through another one, but one of mine was when my daughter passed away. That was maybe my second. My first one was when my brother passed away when I was 18, and he was my best friend, and like you could literally have split my body in half. That's what it felt like half of me was gone. And then the other one was with my daughter a few years back, and then just recently, but we won't go into that. That one I don't even think was as deep as the other two. The other two was like permanent loss of serious loved ones, So it'll send you into, you'll start with a depression. And then you'll start with the questions. Once you know that you're totally depressed, then you go on to the questions like, not only why me, but why? Why?
We born alone, we die alone sometimes. And our understanding of creation and life is a deep thing. It's really deep. And our life is like very temporary. It seems like it's forever, like it's going to last forever, but it's something much better.
Exactly my point.
Life
That's
that
exactly it.
Are living right now. It's something much better. And like, I know it is. And I know I'm more than than my skin. I know I'm more than my hair. I'm more
Mm-hmm.
than this fleshly body.
Mm-hmm.
Because within me is eternity, and we
Mm-hmm.
all have infinite, infinite in us. We are infinite.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Our
of people
spirit.
don't know
The
that
spirit
we.
is infinite. The soul is infinite.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the
We
physical
don't die.
body,
We never die. We probably went through a lot of life.
well,
That's what bring me to believe in reincarnation, because a lot of babies that's born these days, they seem really advanced,
mm-hmm.
and it's like they just look like they've been here before. They
Mm-hmm.
act like they've been here, like, damn, back in this bitch again. Shit.
I didn't learn
I got
enough
my eyes
last
open
time.
this time. Hey.
I didn't
Like,
learn
I can
enough
see
last
now.
time, right? I got some lessons to go through again. Damn it. I didn't take notes. Where's my
I gotta
notebook?
say, I'm gonna send you a video. This dude named Shuler King. You ever heard of Shuler King?
No.
It's a black dude. He a comedian. He had a video about a baby that was being born, and the baby was in the incubator,
Mm-hmm.
laying down with his arms crossed under his head, like, hell no. He said, how the hell did I end up back here? He was being a voiceover for the baby, the way the baby looked. He was like, it's like that baby looked like he needed a cigarette.
Oh, jeez. I saw a video last week of a little boy. He wasn't more than 2 years old, and he was playing the piano as if he had been playing for 10 years.
Wow. How old was he?
Like 2 years old.
See, those are reincarnated motherfuckers, man. I'm telling
Not
you.
a lesson one. And I was like, what is going on here? I know it was the child playing it. You could clearly see it. It was just amazing. Mom had to be working the pedals or something, but under the piano, it was amazing. And there's something more to it, is all I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Well,
to the
have you
side.
ever looked at the Vatican? Inside the Vatican, there are so many satanic symbols in the Vatican.
Yeah. The Vatican, but you know what? The Vatican is the crown Victorian, like it's like over the corporation of America.
Correct.
Did you know that?
You're correct. You're absolutely correct.
People don't.
It's like the crown
don't know
owns
this.
the world, right? The crown owns the
Yeah.
world, and we're just living in it. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Like our social securities and birth certificates is fucking worthless.
It's your slave number.
It's just right. It's your slave number. It's the documentation that you were born here on a fucking prison planet. It goes.
It's your
a lot
cattle
into,
number, sweetheart. It's your cattle number. you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So guess what? When
So
you're
it's your what you call your straw man.
Yes.
Your straw man.
Exactly. Absolutely. And it's amazing how many people still don't know this, you know?
That's because they not deep. They think what's on the surface is just on the surface. Is what's real. But what's on the surface is not real. It's a
Correct.
fucking illusion.
Correct. Absolutely. And so when they come out this summer with their CBDC, their new currency, that's when I think that shit is really going to hit the fan.
I think that Bitcoin might be something like the thing that's gonna replace, the American dollar or something like that.
Well, it's
I
a
don't know.
digital currency, which is basically the same as Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin per se, but I think the US is going to have their own version of it, and we are going to be demanded to be on it. Your paycheck.
So is that gonna be the thing that we
Yes.
can't?
And it's going to be on your phone.
So what's the thing that I'm saying?
The digital currency.
Is that gonna be the? A lot of people feel like, okay, the mark of the beast.
Oh. Well, I don't know about all that. I just know that it's going to be
I don't
evil.
either.
It's going to be an
Yeah.
evil plot to get basically everyone under control, because here's the thing, and I've heard many people who are much more intelligent on the subject than I could ever hope to be. but the way China has been doing it for years now is the social credit score. So if you cross the street and you're not in the sidewalk, the camera saw you, now you've lost some points, okay? So, oh yeah, so you've lost some points, so you can't buy maybe your groceries today. This is the whole plan. So your paycheck will now be in digital dollars. It will be an app on your phone. If you don't...
Well, my friend was telling me like something similar after when we was talking about how the government is so-called broke. And
right,
then,
but let's keep sending our money to foreign countries that hate
us. And then
us.
she said they're going to cut out the Cash Apps, the Apple Pay,
of course,
the Zelle,
of course,
and the PayPal, the Venmo. They're going to cut all that shit. And
we will all be on the central...
one monetary program.
Correct. We're all going to be on the Federal Reserve's digital dollar. So when you don't listen to them and do what they want, they will take your money.
Yeah, they cut you.
Right. So maybe it's the mark of the beast, like you said, that no one can buy, sell, or trade without the mark. I get it.
Young, old, small. Yeah. I don't know, free or slave. We all gonna be under that shit.
Right. And here's the thing, I see it coming.
It's gonna be something digital though. And it's gonna be something that we can't like resist.
I bet the hookers aren't gonna like that.
Well, they're gonna have to be on a new program now because
they're gonna have to come out with an app.
Together.
Hookers aren't going to be able to get paid.
But the men, let's go back to talking about men, because like men have like exhibition of having love in their heart or somewhere within themselves. They lack love.
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Love.
That's true. A lot of them.
Like, why are they not like? I guess I don't. Their brains is. It seems like their brains is defective.
Well, I told you it's the me first society that we're living in, and no one has the balls anymore to do what our parents or grandparents did, which was commit to another person and actually stay the course. You could have disagreements or whatever, but
and still be together.
At the end of the day,
it's like agreeing to disagree and
move on.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Now let's move on. Next.
No, it's too easy now to replace you.
I'm saying back then it was, okay, we talked it out, we disagreed on that one thing. Now let's move on. That's back then. Now, I don't agree with you. I'm going to the next thing. The next best thing.
Next person? Next? Who's up next?
Next best thing. Next best thing.
Which is what?
Which is the same as me. Yeah. Another imperfect human.
Exactly. Here's the thing. Our parents came from a whole different generation, where you didn't have the apps to swipe right, and 50 chicks at your fingertips, any given moment of the day, or 50 guys at your fingertips. Like, women too, I have found, are living very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not living from their divine feminine. They're living more in their alpha masculine.
No, we are definitely in our masculine, but it's not our fault though. Been directed and guided and kind of forced to be in our masculine energy. And it's sad because some, like myself, I had a guy that was actually younger than me. And he always would tell me, he's like, God, why do you, like, you remind me of a guy. You have like this kind of masculine character thing about yourself. And you just, kind of act like I said, how in the hell do I act like a guy? How? I work.
Because you are an alpha female. You are an
I'm
alpha
like,
female.
are you doing something to make me be feminine? Because I'm doing the best I can to be feminine. I mean, you see panties in my drawer. I ain't fucking wearing no drawers. You see a bra, I wear a bra. Should I wear heels? What the fuck is so masculine about me? What, the fact that I work and you're not taking care of me?
I'm alpha to the rest of the world for the most part, but I'm very feminine, you know. But
I'm trying to be feminine.
Only,
I don't know what's being feminine.
To me, feminine is being soft, sensual, sexy, but not trashy. There's a difference. And very caring and loving and nurturing. That is feminine. To be very alpha is to be very masculine and very
not emotionally connected.
Right. You could be, well, I've known some very masculine men that were emotionally connected, but rare. That's very rare. They either take it all the way to the extreme to where they're just always living in the masculine ego and they're not caring, they're not nurturing, they're not recognizing their feminine.
To somebody that I'm not going to get married to. Why would I want to nurture you? I know we're not getting married. The fuck?
But you don't have to get married to someone to be a nurturing person. You could care about people without having to marry them, but it's just, to me, it's an essence. It's really who you are at your core. Now, to me, I feel I'm the perfect division of masculine and feminine, and depending on who I am around depends on which side of me you're going to get. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think I could be very alpha.
You're very alpha, absolutely.
I don't have a real
but you're
balance.
Also feminine. I know this about you. You are feminine.
I'm not.
I think it depends on who you're with.
Well, if a dude make me upset, or I don't know, I can talk pretty nasty without cussing some of the time. I have,
you got a tongue like a sword.
I do have a long distance as well too. Like I told you, the guy that sent me flowers and shit, that's a long distance. We still talk, and he keeps saying, baby, we gonna meet. Like, okay, you can stop lying already. I mean, it's cool. We could be pen pals. I'm fine with that. If you get lonely, call me. 911. Shit, it's cool. You want to have phone sex? That's cool too.
But see, that's all you want. That's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to get with him.
He on this though. He's on this. We're gonna meet.
Because you're not.
For the past 4
He's
years,
on it.
And I know we're not.
Listen, sweetie, he's on it because you're not. If you were on it, it's funny how that works. He wouldn't be on it. So why can't people be on it together at the same time? Why does it always have to be somebody's on it? Okay, this one's running. And then you're like, okay, fine, go.
What you mean? He own it, like, what you mean?
Well, he wants to meet up and everything because you don't really care if you ever do. Now, if you flip the script and you were really wanting to meet up and whatever, then he would be like, okay, I got her. Okay, who's next? Like he wouldn't give a damn, right?
Right, and I'm not on it, like forever. I'm not,
and that's why he
but
is.
I know it's not true.
So, in his mind, once he does get you on it, which he's probably convinced that he will, then all of a sudden you'd be like, yeah, okay, when are we gonna meet up? Oh, well, soon, yeah, just soon, but it wouldn't happen.
I know.
I find that people just don't seem to get it together on the same page anymore. And sometimes they talk like they are, but they're really not. They just wanted to get you there.
I just try to tell him, like, it's okay. You can be honest, I know you're not perfect. He keeps saying, I'm a good man. I'm a good man.
Right.
I'm a good man.
Heard that before.
I'm like, you took me through a lot of shit to get to this point, and dude, it's okay. I understand that you're fucked up, because I am too, and you fucked me up too. But I understand. You keep saying that you don't, that we are, and it's been years. It's been years.
Oh, girl, I don't have that kind of time or energy.
So, I don't either, but when you got somebody that's consistent and pushing like the way he is, that really want to convince you that he's telling the truth, and I still know he not.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
exactly.
like, you can stop lying. You know, God can see you. You know, or the universe is looking at you like dead in your fucking face, and you just fucking like denying the shit. Like, dude, I know that we're not gonna. I know that.
Right.
I know it. He said, you done. He said, you fucking talk rubbish. She talk rubbish. I'm like,
so here's my question.
You're talking rubbish.
So here's my question. And you said it's gone on for years or whatever. Why? Why so long? Like, what's keeping you there? What is keeping you connected with this individual when you already know he's not telling the truth or it's going nowhere? Like, why? I couldn't even imagine doing that for years personally, because I would just have to just cut that. No.
Well,
I can't live in a fantasy.
Do you talk on it? You talk. I know. I tell him this. I tell him all this shit, and he claimed and denied.
You're obviously getting something. But listen, D, you must be getting something. Because if you were getting nothing from it, you would have stopped answering the phone a long time ago.
Like I said, he sent flowers.
Oh,
more than one
yay.
occasion. He sent me a purse.
Materials.
True.
Is that all you wanted? Was material?
It's not. No, he wanted to send me that shit.
Okay, but ask yourself.
That still don't mean nothing to me.
Ask yourself, what are you getting? What are you getting from this connection? Ego? Ego stroke?
I'm getting nothing. No, I'm not. Fuck no. Hell no. Or
you would not continue to associate with someone if you were getting nothing in return.
Well, you know, I try to like.
Are you getting emotional support? It's obviously not physical. You're not with them.
Right.
Okay, so we've established that you got some material shit.
We talk to each other like on like serious. But I mean, how do I know he's
serious? I missed
if
that.
I can't see him, right?
I missed that stuff.
And it's probably like, you know, like I say, you're a really good actor. I said, you should make a movie out of what you do. He said, what do you mean? What do I do? I said, you pretend like you know, in love. I said, how many more women do you have pinned up like this?
Exactly.
And he was like, you're the only one. I'm like, bullshit. I said, this is a practice for you. This is your job.
So here's the thing.
It's not my job.
Maybe that's all he can give is the phone calls or the text or whatever. Maybe that is all that person is capable of giving in this life, and for whatever reason finds people who will go along with it. I've lost you. Somehow you faded out.
I did?
There you go. Now you're back.
I didn't fade out. I was just quiet.
Well, like I'm saying, this individual, and believe me, there's a lot of them out there. They, you know, since the internet, it's easy to find people, but maybe that's all he's capable of, you know, and he's obviously getting something from you because you pick up the phone, you know, and if you didn't pick up the phone, I guarantee you there would be someone else on the line. Like you say, he's probably got many people, you know, on the line that when he's not talking to you, he's talking to someone else. When he's not talking to them, maybe he sees one or two people in his area, you know. I mean, people do weird shit, you know, when they have nothing else to give, you know. They just, I don't know. I can't figure people out anymore. I used to think that I had.
He said he's a wealthy man and all this stuff.
Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit.
If he was a wealthy man, he would have flown you out to see him wherever he lives, wherever he's
Mm-hmm.
at. He would have flown you there first class and, taken you out and, showed you the town or whatever. Like, I'm so sick of people and their words and just what they say they are or what they're about or what they do or whatever. I'm sick of it. Like, why even waste my time? You know?
Okay. Okay. One day I have to. One day soon, I make up my mind and just fucking block him forever.
You have to think about what are you getting from this relationship, whatever situationship, whatever you want to call it. He's obviously getting something. He's getting your attention, and his ego is probably huge. And it's like, oh, I got this girl trapped on the phone and she thinks I'm all this and all that, blah, blah, blah. So he's getting an ego stroke every time you answer that phone. What you're getting, I don't know, because you said you are not emotionally available to this person, but yet you pick up the phone, you know?
Don't nobody else in the real world bring me flowers, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so we're back
Bought me a
to,
purse,
so it's material.
so
So it's material.
it's really
And
not.
and you've had some
It's
deep
just,
conversations. I get it, like sometimes we can connect with someone on different levels that we can't connect to most people on a daily basis. So I get that, and that can keep us trapped for a minute. But at some point, I feel relationships with people have to move forward into the real world. And this person is obviously not moving into the real world with you. And you could
sure
care
ain't.
less if he ever moves into your real world, but you're getting something. So now we've established that you obviously like the deeper
Attention.
conversation. You like the
Yeah.
attention, you like the
Yeah.
conversation, and he sends you a gift here and there. And that's great. If that is enough to keep your attention for a while, then who says anyone should tell you any different? But all I know is that I remember years ago, oh, maybe it was Phil, Dr. Phil, and he would always ask the guest, what are you getting, in return?
Right.
And it makes me think about all the relationships I've had throughout my life, be it personal, friend, business, whatever. There isn't a give and take in the world. If you're not giving, then you're taking. If you're not taking, then you are giving. I mean, it's just that simple. Nobody's
Right.
there just for no reason at all.
I mean, it'd be times where I just start telling him, like, I know you're not real. I mean, you real to you, but to me, you ain't shit. I'm like, I know you're not rich, not wealthy.
Oh, God.
I mean, I be saying all this stuff. He be like, how can you say that about me, Rochelle, and this and that? You know I love you, and this and that. Like, love me? You love me?
He's never even met you.
Right.
I,
Like,
I
how you
read
love
this
somebody you
meme.
never met?
I read this meme the other day, and it said, it's not that they love you, it's how they love how you love them. You see what, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not that they
Mm-hmm.
love you, it's they love how you love them. And man, that
That's
just
deep.
that hit me like a water bucket, in the face. I was like, holy shit, I never thought about it like that. But it's how they love how you love them, not that they love you. So I get it, and it's cool. It is what it is. The thing is that at this point in my life, I have so little time for the fakers, the abusers, the losers,
The
the wanna
zeros.
the wannabes, and there's a lot of them out there, and that's unfortunate
There's too
because
many of them.
they can come at you with this cute little smile and their happy little ways and whatever.
Yeah, just like oh boy, like the fucking supper box.
Oh God.
Stupid ass manager dude acting like a fucking puppy in love and shit, and come to find out he oversensitive. I'm
Well,
gonna send you the text he sent me. How about?
He obviously took a liking to you immediately, and but see, it wasn't
But it was for the
anything.
wrong reason, though.
Yeah, it wasn't
For
anything.
whatever reason it was
It was like the
not for the
guy,
right.
it was just like that guy, the married guy at the table that kept hitting on me. And, at the end of the night, gave me a $200 tip, and I didn't do a damn thing for it except take care of him and his people. And I was happy with that. But then he wanted to go a different level. And I'm like, dude,
Right. Taking
really?
shit further.
Yeah, you need to go home with wifey over there and have a good life. So,
Right.
what are you going to do? It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time that we're hit on people like that have absolutely zero substance when it comes to what you're about, you know.
Right.
And it's okay to see it for what it is. Take the compliment, like, okay, thank you, and then keep it moving, because
Right.
somewhere out there is somebody for all of us. I happen to believe, yeah, we get a little twisted and maybe we get a little caught up in something for a little bit longer than we should. But I also think that there is somebody out there. I mean, when I walk down the street and I look at some of these people and I think, how the hell did she get that guy?
Right.
Or how the hell did he get that woman? Well, most of the time
Right.
that's money. But I'm looking at some of these people and I'm
Silly.
like, how did they get together? Like, and here I'm single, like, and I'm attractive and I'm smart and I'm funny and I'm all of these good things. I'm thinking, how is this possible? Like, are they
Like, do I try
settling?
too hard? Am I trying too hard?
No, I don't even know that it's that anymore because I'm not even trying anymore. It's like, I don't even care. But when I see this, I'm thinking, how the hell did these people
Wow.
get together? You know, what is she that good or what? Because she ain't cute. And for him, it's got to be his big fat
That hurt.
wallet. But I don't even care anymore. But I do think that there is somebody out there for everybody. I think you just have to be patient and just keep living your life, keep doing you the best way that you know how. And, maybe one day you'll just turn around and they'll be there. Like, I find that you meet people when you're not really looking, and maybe it's not your forever person, and that's okay too. Because nobody wants to be alone necessarily in the world, right? We all kind of hope to have someone to share some things with while we're on this earth. But I think sometimes, unfortunately, we go to our graves because we did pass up opportunity that could have been something beautiful, and life lasting. But you got to have the two right minds in the same place at the same time. And if they're not, then nothing you're going to do or going to say is going to make anybody, do what they should do,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh no,
Oh, lady.
I just want to keep to myself.
Yeah. And I've been doing that for the most part, just throwing myself into work and started a couple of new projects. I don't know if I told you recently that I'm thinking of trying to open a restaurant this year, and I'm really excited about it.
Open a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
kind of restaurant?
Oh, it's going to be a theme restaurant. It's going to be like 1920s or 30s, somewhere right around in there. So very
Great
noir.
Gatsby type of stuff?
Yes, yes, it's exciting. I've been wanting to do this
So
for
everybody's gonna
years.
dress up like they in the fucking 1920s?
Well,
Yo
they don't have to
ass.
dress up like that necessarily, but they better be classy. They better dress nice. They're not coming in jeans and tennis shoes and t-shirts and, stupid shit like that. No,
Okay.
sorry, can't get in
Okay.
here. But the staff will dress in the theme. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like
Oh, okay.
my
Yeah.
hostess will have flapper dress on and stuff.
Right.
There
With
will.
the little bow on the side with the feather and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be totally cool. And we'll have a piano, we'll have live music, we'll have jazz, we'll have. I want to have a cigar bar. The problem is, I'm thinking that has to be a members only, because you can't, with the laws with smoking or whatever. I want to
So
have
it got to be like a VIP membership type of
correct,
thing.
correct. So they could
In
drink
that
there.
aspect,
Yes,
just
that
like okay.
you got to have a passcode, like a key card to get into the club, as far as to have your liquors and your brandies and your cigars and whatever. Yes, that will be a totally private area. And then the restaurant part will be like, I want my waiters to wear tails. You know, I mean, I could just see the whole vision. Like, I have the whole thing in my mind. I want velvet draperies and the lounge couches and stuff. Like, I see it all. The crystal.
Have you thought of the name?
No, not yet. And I don't know even if I thought of one yet that I would.
What about vintage 1920 or some shit?
I don't know. It's going to be a while. And you know what? I was down at the Hyatt 2 weeks ago. And do you know that the chocolate bar is still available?
The chocolate bar?
Yeah. Have you been to the chocolate bar?
What you mean it's still available?
The restaurant. They closed after the pandemic. They closed.
And it's still so it's still open? It's open now?
Well, no, the it's still available for lease. So I'm actually going down there. Yeah, I'm going down there next week. And the reason why I think it might be a good spot, because I really wasn't sure I wanted to go downtown. I thought about going to western end of Lakewood, Rocky River. So you have all that old money of River, Bay, Westlake, new money. And still you're not downtown, but you're 10 minutes if you want to come from the east side, west side, south side, whatever. But if the chocolate bar is available, I would seriously consider it because it's in the arcade and it's beautiful, and you have the Hyatt. So you have all those international travelers and your local travelers, but you're right at the bottom of the hotel. So I'm thinking, I may reconsider going downtown if it's that spot. Plus you're right there, you know, on the corridor where you've got the martini bars, you've got the marble room, you've got everything right there. So I'm going downtown anyway, and I'm going to meet with the realtor next week and check it out. So other than that, I don't know. It would be a perfect spot, and it's already set up. It was a restaurant. So I would just come in and basically overhaul the decorations. So, but anyway, enough about that. And me, like I was saying, I think people just need to continue to do what they do, to take care of themselves, make yourself happy, whatever that means, but don't fuck with people's heads along the way. That's the stuff that pisses me off, is when you're intentionally fucking with people.
You're going to pay for that, though.
That's true, too, girl. That is true, too. I agree.
Is real.
It is. And so when I feel like, personally, like my energy is being affected by other people's negative bullshit, girl, I'm gone. I pull myself out. I'm like, okay, you do that over there, and I'm gonna keep doing me over here, you know. But
right.
I mean, you know who I am. You know me. You know how you've seen people relate with me. I'm cool with everyone.
Yeah, and you lie on people too.
I do.
About that.
I throw them under the bus.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Over some stupid shit.
You still a cool person though.
Exactly.
You keep it real.
I do.
We all make mistakes. We all, like I said, no one is perfect.
That's right.
And you can only do the best of your ability.
Well, if I get this restaurant, if I get this restaurant, I will make that up to you, and I will have you come and work with me, not for me. You can work with me in the restaurant. You could pick your job. You could do whatever you want to do. So how about that? I've already said that I'm taking that one. What's her name? At the Union Club, I'm taking the chef, and she's already agreed to go with me.
Which chef?
The one who's always making the bakery stuff. I mean her name's
What's she look
Perez, the little Asian girl, Filipino girl.
The one that wear the glasses?
No, the other one.
The almost kind of nicer one?
Yeah, she is such a sweetheart. We talked the other day.
She Asian?
Yeah, she's
Filipino?
She's Filipino. And we talked the other day.
She seemed kind of soft. Like her personality seemed kind of soft. She's not solo-ish.
Yeah, she's not like the rest of them there. And so we were talking about it. And she's like,
Talking about the restaurant
yeah,
you
she's
that
like,
you wanted?
mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's like,
okay.
girl, I would love to work with you. She said, I am all in on it. So I was asking her, where'd she go to school? Because I love her cooking. She's amazing. And
Okay.
she's degreed. She's been to school. She's worked here and there and everywhere. And I said, look, I need your resume because my investors are going to want to see your resume. And I think you've got what it takes to definitely be in my kitchen. So she's on board. I've got 2 other people that also, Chef Lavelle from Holiday. Lavelle,
No.
Holiday.
No.
Oh, you've only been there once or twice.
I haven't been there, period.
I've already got my head chef. He's going to come with me. And I've got some staff already. I've got other people already ready. So it's just basically finding a place and procuring the investment. The investment money. So if I found a place that's already been a restaurant and just needs decorating and a staff, girl, I'm so in by the end of the year. It would be amazing. But
I can help with decoration. Shoot.
oh no, this is going to be totally by designers.
Sweet.
I'm not touching any of it. I'm going to give them my ideas, and then I'm going to see what they come up with.
How they execute it. Give them a blueprint or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I need the space first, and then they can come in, and I'm thinking black velvet. I don't know, because that burgundy velvet's kind of tacky to me. I'm thinking black velvet and gold. I don't know. Or black velvet and silver. I like pearls too. Yeah. And you know what else I'm going to have?
Like the black velvet could have like pearl sequence or something like.
Oh, no
like
sequins.
Twinkly.
No sequins. No. Sequins is for the flapper's dress. But no, I'm thinking a lot of Baroque, like ornate of that era. Probably some dark mahogany type woods. I don't know. I'm just giving them a couple of ideas, and I'm going to let them run with it and see what they come up with. But again, I have to have the space first, so it should be exciting.
My family friend just had her birthday party at Wild Mango, and she wanted it to be themed Great Gatsby.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, she is extreme bitch like that.
I know if I lived before, I lived in the 20s. I know that. I was a gangster chick. I know I was. Mm-hmm. All right. So we've got a listener here named DW, one of my guests who just wanted to talk and let it go wherever it was going to go. So awesome. It's been my pleasure talking with you today. And you could be on the another episode anytime you like.
Thank you, darling. My pleasure.
You're welcome.
I'm honored. Talk later.
We'll talk real soon. Have a great day.
You too, sweetie. Enjoy your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, my Dark Side family, I hope you enjoyed this conversation today. And again, if you have a topic to share, drop us a love note with your thoughts and a way to connect with you. And in the meantime, as we come to the end of the show today, I hope I have enticed your mind just a little bit. Maybe you're asking yourself a few new questions, or maybe found answers to some. I'd love to hear your thoughts as to what you may have received out of the episode today, and what dark areas you'd like to explore here in the future. I look forward to diving deep into many more topics with you and dissecting many more fascinating human experiences. And for more info, again, check us out at the site tdsothc.com. And if you like what we're bringing you, consider supporting the show on patreon.com. And as always, remember to hit that subscribe button on your way out so you'll get notified of new episodes. And remember, if today has you feeling anxious and confused and triggered, or a little weary, take a moment right now to quiet your mind and just breathe. Let go of all your distractions. Embrace your mindfulness. Focus your intentions on what you really want. Clarify, let go of that which no longer serves you. Remember, your determination is your power and your peace to realize your true purpose, as these brief but mindful moments can allow a new path to arise. So till next time, walk in the light on the dark side, right here where your vibe attracts your tribe.